this. So for starters, I can't see a single product photo that actually looks real. You can just tell from the lighting and the shadows that these have been edited in, which to me implies that there aren't actually a lot of people physically involved with these products. A little bit dodgy, but okay. I've got one of their guides over here, and I can't believe what I am reading. This is a post on the official Vertu website, which talks about the top 7 high-performance flip phones. I mean, just for starters, it says the best overall phone is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 Ultra, a smartphone that is not theirs and also doesn't exist. It could not be clearer that this is just AI-generated slop. They probably made hundreds of pages like this, designed with the sole purpose to just create more opportunities for people browsing the internet to stumble across Vertu. But the fact that this company is in Harrods, on the same floor as very established luxury brands and, funnily enough, also the over $100,000 Louvre headphones that we just featured in Luxury Tech, plus the fact that Vertu themselves are selling phones all the way up to $100,000 and beyond. Yeah, I only got the base models. The fact that this company is stooping to that level is mind-blowing to me, and it really doesn't end, to be honest. There's a section here which shows the camera slider in action, but it's just so clearly faked. Like, between 0.4x and 1x, there should be a massive difference in magnification, but there just isn't. Or, like, between 1x and 5x, that is very clearly not 5 times zoom. They've just taken one very high-resolution photo that they are punching in and out of, but not even by the right amount. Intrusive thoughts are getting the better of me. Let's say we reverse image search that photo. Did they even take it? Oh, it's on Unsplash, taken by a photographer on a Canon EOS R6. This is not just sloppy, this is fishy, right? And also just half the stuff they write in their promo materials, it doesn't make any sense. Quantum coating weaves stardust, folds in hand holds universe. It's really making me feel like this is not as big of a team as the company wants you to believe. The customer service number, +86, that's China. And then the head office is in Hong Kong. The only other thing I'm wondering is there's a personal concierge phone number on the phone. That's the same as the customer service number. Also, China. It started to make sense why they paid the hotel in yuan. This is it. I think we've got to the crux of it. So Vertu now is a very different company to the Vertu that first started. So they were actually founded as a subsidiary of Nokia. They were making ultra-high-end phones handcrafted in Britain, but then Nokia sold them. Vertu got sold to a Swedish private equity group, then sold to Hong Kong-based Golden Holdings in 2015, then sold to a Turkish businessman in 2017, only for the company to then run into some pretty serious financial problems. I've got a report right here from the Telegraph that says Vertu had an accounting deficit of 128 million in 2017. That led to all of their 200 UK staff being laid off, and then the closure and then later demolishing of that UK factory. No way. We're here. I'm literally standing at the exact spot where that factory used to be, and it's an Aldi. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that they aren't selling Vertu phones in there. So everyone thought this company was dead forever, only for it to then magically reappear a year later in 2018. Same brand, but quietly in the background, seemingly a new company with a different director, a different set of accounts, and now Hong Kong/China-based operations, as opposed to this lovely establishment in Church Crookham in the middle of England. And also clearly a brand new strategy for social media. You know, the only way I even realized Vertu was back is because this TikTok popped up completely unprompted on my feed. There's 3 people who have Vertu phones, it's 1 person who has an iPhone, and then they just throw the iPhone away. Great burn, bro. This video has over 170 million views. There's another one over here, 36 million views. It's just an unboxing of their phone. But then, doesn't it seem a little bit weird that this is an uber luxury brand that isn't verified, by the way, and has very clear grammar errors in the bio? Like, they don't seem to understand when to use a comma and when to use capital letters. And the fact that they're using emojis to direct you to where to go for special offers, it comes across like the kind of company that writes their invoices in Comic Sans. I've got a camera test here. When you realize your $1,000 iPhone looks like a toy next to Vertu. That's an easy one to test. Okay, same photo on both. Oh, well, they were right about the toy thing. It's just not the iPhone. My teeth blend together on the Vertu. Now, the phones do some pretty interesting AI camera things. Like, you can pull up any image and use text to change things in that image. And you can even convert an image into a video with seemingly no guardrails, even when you're using it for human subjects too. But the other thing I noticed while messing around with the camera is that this app looks very familiar. This is the Vertu camera app, and this is the Chinese phone maker ZTE's camera app. And this makes a lot of sense. Phone company that now has its operations in China feels like a small team, not nearly enough to develop an entire Android skin from scratch. So instead, licenses the Android skin from another company that is still niche enough that it wouldn't be obvious who they're copying from, and niche enough that they'd be willing to do so. It turns out, when you start looking for it, you can see traces of ZTE all over these devices. Vertu have tried to hide them. Like if you download a device info app, it will tell you that the manufacturer is Vertu. But when you dig deep, if you go into the legal documents or you find the actual names of the processes running in the background, the evidence is there. The good news is that there is no ZTE device that exactly matches all the hardware specs of any of these phones. So what they haven't done is just taken a ZTE phone and stuck some leather on it. The bad news is that what they've done is also not that far off that. Because this Vertu Quantum, for example, when you look closely, starts to resemble the ZTE Nubia Flip 2, a remarkable amount. It's got the same camera layout, it's got the same cover screen size, and yeah, this Vertu has a much more powerful Snapdragon chip than the MediaTek one in the Nubia. Then I was just curious, so I delved into the device info on this, and 4,325 mAh battery on this Vertu. That is such a specific, unique number, and it is also exactly what ZTE has on their Flip 2. So this isn't exactly a let's take a ZTE and stick a Vertu logo on top, but it is a let's look at all of the available ZTE parts and pick and choose the ones we want for the Vertu, which ultimately makes all of these a very weird set of products. You're paying 5 times the price of a top-end flagship for a phone experience that's worth about half of one, a website experience worth, let's just say, negative points, but then a concierge service that is actually pretty interesting. It's just, you're effectively paying so much excess just for what will probably end up as 2 days worth of someone's admin time that you might as well just book that hotel yourself. And to do that, I've actually got a separate workspace on my Opera browser. So if you look at the top right now, this is all my work tabs, but then the second